Welcome back. You're watching the late night news. The sleuths at the airport customs have arrested a Kuala Lumpur-bound passenger and seized from him 15 kgs of ketamine valued at 1.5 crore rupees in the international market. Demand for ketamine in the countries of Southeast Asia is increasing, and illegal exporters in India appear to be rising to meet the challenge through all means. Our crime reporter Salim brings you the special report.
Ketamine is essentially a veterinary anesthetic, but also used in medicines for humans. Its abuse leads to out-of-body and near-death experiences. The substance, notorious as a party drug, is widely used at rave parties, especially in Southeast Asian countries, where it is banned. Narcotic police say the substance costs around 35,000 rupees per kilogram in India, but drug traffickers sell ketamine overseas at a rate of rupees 8 to 10 lakhs per kg. Seizure of ketamine has increased sharply as India has become a major source for the substance in Southeast Asian countries. There are export restrictions, but there is no outright ban. In India, the majority of ketamine smuggling are detected in the south of the country, with the supplies meant for delivery in Malaysia, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, China and the Philippines.
It is actually a banned item in Malaysia, and it is also now the Malaysian government has awarded a death penalty. But is anybody found carrying and all, it's a death penalty. It's outright. There is no. It is officially, it is because available. It is manufactured, but it is used for veterinary and other purposes. Drugstores, it is in a smaller quantity. It is being used. So as of now, it is not a banned item, but it is being used, abused as a party drug.
In the latest seizure in Chennai, the substance was concealed in ice cream dispensers. A tip-off led air intelligence officials to a traveller who was named as Vijay Kumar, who was trying to transport the dispensers. In Chennai, with Salim J. Santosh for NDTV-HINDU.
In other news, the elevated corridor from Coimbatore to St. Thomas Mount, the first phase of the Chennai Metro Rail project, will be ready for use in the next 2 years. Now aiming to provide a fast, reliable, efficient and economical mode of transport. It is all set to make transportation easier for us.
Come 2013 and your travel from Coimbatore to Chennai Airport will take only 30 minutes as compared to 1 hour on road, because Chennai's metro rail will be ready by then. But that's likely to cost the state's exchequer an estimated 2,000 crore rupees.
Completion of the land acquisition work, there is some land to be acquired other than the public land on which the metro would be passing. What we are trying to do is to involve Indian companies to promote indigenous rolling stock.
The entire project will be completed by 2015 as per plan. The metro rail project covers a total of 45 kilometers. Corridor 1 is from Washerman Pet to airport. Corridor 2 runs from Chennai Central to St. Thomas Mount. Planning expert Professor S.P. Shekhar says a few guidelines can help make the project people-friendly.
Individual stations should have kind of a planning. For example, when you take a central station, we have multimodal convergence already there. If you introduce metro, then floating population is going to be very more. Unless we make a planning properly, it will be very difficult to manage the future.
The 100-feet road has now virtually become 50 feet, with work for the metro on. Until then, Mafusal-bound buses will be diverted to decongest traffic.
Our effort would be to provide as much parking as possible, because metros succeed when there is an integration.
With camera person Devraj, this is Lokpriya for NDTV Hindu.
Now, India has the highest number of diabetic patients, but now there seems to be a array of all of them. A breakthrough drug being developed by scientists is expected to bring relief to thousands of these patients. A drug that not just controls diabetes, but even reverses the condition. And all this within a week. Nithila brings us this report.
12-year-old Sailesh is a type 1 diabetic. He has been taking insulin shots twice a day for over 2 years. But now there's a new hope for patients like him. Scientists are clinically trying a new drug which could stall and reverse type 1 diabetes in less than a week's time.
It is a more severe form of diabetes. The usual adult onset or type 2 diabetes is a milder form and can be controlled with tablets or diet, exercise and so on. Whereas insulin dependent type 1 diabetes is a disease where lifelong insulin is needed, and it's called insulin dependent because life is dependent on insulin.
So what is type 1 diabetes? It is an autoimmune disorder usually affecting people below 30 years of age. The body thinks the insulin Producing beta cells in the pancreas are foreign agents and therefore attacks and destroys them forever. The only solution for this is lifelong insulin shots. 6 shots of the new drug otelexizumab could halt damage to the pancreas and allow it to produce insulin.
This new drug which has come, it's a monoclonal antibody which works specifically in preventing this immune attack against the beta cells. If it crosses this phase, then it goes into large-scale phase 3 trials where thousands of patients will be tried, and then it can come to the market.
The antibody is being developed by Tolerix in collaboration with pharmaceutical major GlaxoSmithKline. It is in the research stage and the cost of the drug has not been decided yet.
With 50 million diabetics and another 50 million in the pre-diabetes stage, India still remains the diabetic capital of the world. But this new drug, which may hit the markets in a couple of years, may provide relief to a lot of patients. In Chennai, with camera person Anand, Mithila, NDTV Hindu.
Now let's take a look at what's making news in the world of business. Benchmark indices gained for the second successive day but ended off the day's high. Shakti tells us why the 5,200 mark at the Sensex is turning out to be just too big a hurdle.
It's been this kind of a market for almost a year now. Bulls don't mind buying into dips, defending lower levels. But when it comes to taking out higher levels, somehow they are not a very confident lot. Plus you have a lot of resistances, technical resistances around 5,200, which means that for the last 5 days, we are going there almost every day. But the close is almost always below 5,200. Nifty intraday today, higher opening. Then pretty much nothing till 11. Market was stuck in a 20-point range. Then for a change, instead of the bottom at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you got the top around 1 in the afternoon, then a bit of a trickle down, and Nifty ended 20 points higher, but still below that technical resistance of 5180 and below the round number of 5,200. What went up? One sector, the big sector of the day was auto pack. Tata Motors, M&M, Bajaj Auto, the BSE Auto Index as a pack gained more than 2% and closed at the lifetime high. Stocks here gained 3 to 4% in trade. The other pack which surprised many participants today was the realty pack, 2.5% up on the index, and stocks like India Bulls Real Estate actually gained more than 5% in trade. The trouble for the market, the trouble for bulls today was the metals pack. Now the metals and auto, these stocks have been the big leaders over the last 1 year, but today there was a divergence. Auto stocks went higher, but metal stocks went lower. No big cuts, but 1 to 2% down on heavyweights like Tata Steel. So we are going to 5,200 almost every single day for the last 5 days, but the close is always below 5,200. So maybe only above 5,200 we can say that bulls have sealed the game. Until then, maybe the sideways movement fight between bulls and bears will just continue.
All right, up next after the short break, it's a film for all ages and promises to be a laugh riot. More on that on the other side.